Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another stream. I hope you guys are all doing well. Bitcoin right now is still holding up very strong at $30,000. It's looking pretty good for Bitcoin, right? And it seems like Bitcoin will, in fact, stay at this level of $30,000 for quite some time. We know Bitcoin likes to, consolidate a fair bit. So it seems like Bitcoin will, in fact, continue consolidate at $30,000. Who knows for how long? Maybe in the next few hours or maybe, next few days. We will see, but it seems like Bitcoin right now is still holding up very, very strong at 30K. Okay, we know for the past 48 hours, Bitcoin has in fact been absolutely pumping up to the upside. Okay, 2 days ago we saw Bitcoin pump to $28,000. And then after that, Bitcoin just kept pumping and went to 29 and now $30,000. So it's looking pretty good for Bitcoin and of course the entire cryptocurrency market. But we are in fact seeing some small little corrections. Okay, nothing too major. Okay, we're not seeing a massive crash today in the market. Overall, the market is down 1%, over 1%, 1.3%. And the global crypto market, okay, is pretty much the same as yesterday, 1.17 trillion. And you guys can clearly see for the past 24 hours, altcoins especially are in fact seeing some slight drops, okay, which is understandable, right? Altcoins for the past few days, you guys can clearly see for the past 7 days, you guys can clearly see right here, have been absolutely pumping, right? And look at Bitcoin, it pumped 17% this week. Absolutely amazing to see, for Bitcoin. We haven't seen Bitcoin pump that much for quite some time. So it's great to see, Bitcoin back at $30,000 and it's pumped, over 17%. Ethereum over 12%, absolutely amazing. And you guys can clearly see other altcoins are in fact slowly recovering back up as well. You guys can see Cardano pumped 10% for the past week. Dogecoin 7%, Solana 12%. Absolutely amazing to see. Litecoin 14%, Polygon 12%. And remember, right, about 2 weeks ago, these altcoins, Polygon, Solana, and Cardano were in fact dropping heavily, right? And that's because the SEC were in fact calling out that fair few of these crypto tokens, right, especially Cardano, Solana, and Polygon were in fact securities. And then, the exchange, Robinhood, pretty much delisted Cardano, Solana, and Polygon. And that's why these three crypto tokens absolutely, dropped down massively. And this happened, 2 weeks ago, right? We all remember that. And I told you guys that these three altcoins will eventually recover, okay? And they clearly are, right? So I told you guys to not be fearful, ignore the FUD and nonsense and the noise. Everything will recover, and we know the bull market is obviously right around the corner. Okay, we know the halving is about to happen for Bitcoin, so that's how right, the bull market is in fact about to happen. I wouldn't say we are obviously 100% in a bull market just yet. Okay, we are still in a bear market, right? But this is, I would say this though, this is the beginning of the next bull market, 100%. But yeah, today altcoins are in fact seeing some small corrections, which is understandable, right? They're taking a little breather right here because it's been pumping so much, so it's understandable. Now, I want to show you guys a fair few charts, okay, and I showed you guys these charts a fair bit, but I want to show you guys again because it's really important, right? So when a Bitcoin is back at $30,000, amazing, right? Now, where is the next target for Bitcoin? $35,000, $32,000? Yes, very, very possible, right? So I really do believe once Bitcoin surpasses this resistance line, okay, it's going to continue up to the upside, right? And that's why we're going to see Bitcoin pump, to $32,000, $35,000, $40,000, and continue up to the upside, right? So we just have to really see Bitcoin surpass this level, okay? And I really do believe once it does, I think it's just going to continue to rally up to the upside, right? That's just my personal opinion, okay? That's just what I've been predicting personally, okay, for Bitcoin. And it seems like a lot of people out there agree to that as well, because they do in fact see Bitcoin reaching, $31,000, $32,000, right? And of course, $35,000, just like what this, chart is indicating, okay? And also people out there, are in fact indicating that, the target for Bitcoin will in fact have another leg up, and it's gonna reach $38,000. So a lot of people are in fact, predicting here short term, we're talking, in the next few weeks, right? Not months, weeks, that we will in fact see Bitcoin reach, so, $32,000, $35,000, $38,000 and beyond, right? So I'm telling us right now, okay, Bitcoin, okay, will reach $35,000 very, very soon. Okay, we're talking weeks here, not months, and it's going to go way beyond that, right? I've been telling you guys that my personal price prediction for Bitcoin this year alone in 2023 is 50K. And I think that's a very, very realistic price prediction for Bitcoin for this year in 2023. Okay, and of course, the year 2024 is gonna, we're gonna see Bitcoin reach back up to its previous all-time highs, which is 69K, and it's obviously gonna reach a new all-time high of, I think, 100K. Towards the end of the year in 2024, I think that's when we'll easily see Bitcoin at 100K, 100%, right? So that's just coming from me, okay? That's just my personal opinion. And you guys can clearly see Bitcoin is about to have a powerful bull run very, very soon. Okay, I love this chart so much because it just really shows you guys how simple it is, right? So you guys can clearly see back in 2011, we had a pump and then had a little breakout, retest, and then a powerful bull run once again, okay, right there. And then of course I had a breakout and retest, and then powerful bull run once again, okay, in 2017. When it happened, we know what happened in 2017, right? Bitcoin reached a incredible all-time high for that year at that time period of $19,000, okay, and obviously, broke down, okay, breakout and retest once again, okay. We had another powerful bull run, right? Our most previous one back in 2021. We know what happened with Bitcoin in 2021. Bitcoin was literally pumping, altcoins were pumping like Solana, Axie Infinity, and many more like Cardano, right? Avalanche, many, many more were absolutely pumping. And that's why we call it alt season, right? Because we call it alt seasons because altcoins tend to, really pump the most in, bull markets, of course, right? So you guys can clearly see, okay, it's just a whole cycle, okay? And obviously in 2022, we had a breakout and a retest, right? Actually we had a falling wedge, and right now we are in fact having a breakout and retest because we have already hit bottom, right? Last November when we saw Bitcoin at, $15,000, and we have already hit bottom. Now it's going up, right? Going up, creating a new pattern to the upside. So for all the people out there that think, okay, Bitcoin's going to go below $20,000, I've been telling us many times, and I'm going to keep repeating myself because this is not going to happen, right? I've been telling us many times that this is very unlikely to happen, okay, for Bitcoin to drop below $20,000. We will never see Bitcoin at 19K, 18K, 17K ever again, right? In history. That's just my personal opinion. Very unlikely to happen. And since a lot of FOMO, there's a lot of heavy buying going on right now. That's why we have in fact been seeing Bitcoin pump, back up to $30,000. There's a lot of FOMO, clearly, right? There's no way in hell we're gonna see Bitcoin like drop massively. And remember, guys, right? Let me just show you guys this. If we go to the daily time frame here, remember, okay, a couple weeks ago, right, Bitcoin was hovering at $27,000, right up here. Okay, this is the time period I'm talking about right here. Okay, and there was a lot of FUD going on at that time, right? The SEC was in fact suing two major crypto exchanges, Binance and Coinbase, and were in fact naming a fair few crypto tokens, altcoins, securities, right? And then that's when we saw Bitcoin drop massively, all the way down to $25,500. Who remembers? And then the next day, it actually went back up to $27,000, and then it slowly went back down again, all the way down to around $24,800, right? And then it pumped back up. Okay, this time period right here, guys, okay, everyone was spooked out, right? Everyone was spooked out, okay, because there was a lot of FUD. There was obviously a lot of negative news, right? The markets were, in fact, crashing, by my opinion, right? It wasn't even a crash. I survived it, and I hope you guys did as well, because what we saw last year in 2022 was way worse than what we saw, this year, with all these dips and FUDs, with all this negative news causing Bitcoin and the market to crash. This is nothing compared to what we saw last year in 2022. 2022 was a crazy year. So many crashes, so much FUD, so much negative news, a lot of crypto exchanges going bankrupt. We all know that. And that's what caused the market to crash. And obviously, we're in fact entering the next, bear market, right? The next cycle. So you guys understand, I told you guys at that very moment right here, okay, with all that FUD and negative news at that time period, Bitcoin will recover. And literally, here we are 2 weeks later, and you guys can see Bitcoin absolutely broke above this downtrend that it was in fact forming for the past, few weeks. And now it's back at $30,000. I've been telling you guys that many, many times, right, Bitcoin will always recover. So if you really think about it, right, even if more FUD does spread out for Bitcoin right now, yeah, we're gonna see Bitcoin, have a slight drop back down to 29,000 or 28, maybe even 27, but it's not gonna drop back down all the way down to $20,000. Okay, very unlikely to happen is what I'm trying to say here. Okay, very, very unlikely. So right now, since we have hit bottom, okay, we are in fact seeing a breakout and a retest, forming a new pattern to the upside, and Bitcoin's will eventually have a powerful bull run, right, for this year in 2023. Okay, 2023, we're gonna see some teaser pumps. Bitcoin is gonna tease us with these pumps. Okay, we're obviously gonna see some great pumps to the upside. That's why I really do believe we will in fact see a 50k Bitcoin towards the end of this year in 2023, and then of course 2024 and 2025. Those are going to be some amazing years for Bitcoin and crypto, especially altcoins. Altcoins are going to pump. Majority of these altcoins in the market that you're in fact seeing right now will recover. They're going to reach back up to the previous all-time highs and reach a new all-time high, and it's understandable, why people are in fact focusing more on investing into altcoins, because alt season is obviously right around the corner, okay, and people are not really focusing on Bitcoin. But you guys understand, Bitcoin has the most dominance, right? You guys can clearly see 49.8%. Ethereum, on the other hand, has 19.3%. So you're gonna need some Bitcoin in your portfolio, right? The market follows, okay, the crypto market and altcoins follow whatever Bitcoin is doing majority of the time, not all the time, but majority of the time. So if Bitcoin is pumping, right, then altcoins will follow and pump. If Bitcoin is crashing, then obviously altcoins will crash with it, right? I'm pretty sure we all know that. Okay, so very, very simple. Now, the Bitcoin monthly returns is now 10%. Okay, so that's absolutely amazing to see. We're still holding very strong for this month in June, which is great, because usually June, Bitcoin doesn't really perform that great. You guys can see in previous years, 2022, it was down 37%. The reason why we saw Bitcoin drop that much, because there was a lot of just bad things happening around crypto, right? We saw the biggest cause that caused the market to crash was Terra Luna, right? Terra Luna crashed at that time period, right? And that's why we saw Bitcoin drop massively, and of course other altcoins. The entire crypto market dropped like crazy, right? That was a very, very, very bad month for Bitcoin, and you guys clearly see it throughout its history. Look at that, right? We haven't actually seen Bitcoin drop over 30% in June forever, right? That was its first time, right, for June in 2022. So it's great to see that this month, okay, in June, we are in fact seeing a little recovery from all that. And yeah, overall, right, this year in 2023 is looking pretty good for Bitcoin, right? It really, really is. And you guys can clearly see, right? Like if you survived 2022, like I said many times, okay, if you actually survived that year, if you were in fact an investor or even a trader in crypto, just last year in 2022, you can literally survive anything, because I believe 2022 was like the worst year ever. Bitcoin dropped like over 70% from its previous all-time highs, like 77%, right? Almost 80%. Crazy times, you know what I mean? And that year, everything was dropping majority of the time. You guys can clearly see that, right? So that's that. But it's great to see that this year in 2023, things, right, Bitcoin and crypto are slowly recovering. Okay, so that's absolutely amazing to see. The Fiat Greed Index today is still at 65, just like yesterday. So we're still in the greens. Okay, we're still in the greed mode, which is amazing to see finally, because I feel like for the past few months, we've been seeing the Fiat Greed Index mainly on neutral. Okay, I wanted to see something different for once, and finally, we are now in greed mode. Since Bitcoin and crypto, right, is pumping, it's obviously in greed mode. So it seems like everyone is greedy right now, right? There's obviously a lot of FOMO. There's obviously a lot of buying going on right now. And that's why Bitcoin and crypto have obviously been pumping for the past 48 hours, right? And the reason why there's a lot of FOMO right now is because of this, mainly, right? We know BlackRock, okay, files Bitcoin ETF application. Okay, we know that. This happened like over a week ago, right? So this was obviously very, very bullish, okay, for Bitcoin, right? And that's why I really do believe there's a lot of FOMO going on right now, guys, right this very second, okay? And here's something from CNBC. that I want to read out to you guys. Okay, the Bitcoin price topped $30,000 on Wednesday as traders grew bullish about the spot Bitcoin ETF applications from companies such as BlackRock. Okay, so this is obviously the reason why, guys, we aren't seeing Bitcoin pump this much. Okay, pretty much, right? Because of BlackRock, right? And it's filing for Bitcoin ETFs. And I want to show you guys a clip, right, that I found on YouTube that was literally just uploaded a few hours ago. And I really wanted you guys to watch this clip because I found it pretty interesting. Okay, I hope you guys can hear it.
I want to ask a completely different question for you, Tom, because he's our overall ETF maven here. We have seen a spate of new Bitcoin ETF offerings recently, including from BlackRock. Even though everybody knows the SEC and Gary Gensler is completely hostile to the idea, everybody said, well, they're going to say no to a Bitcoin ETF, just like they said no to everybody else. But I'm wondering why now? What does BlackRock think they're going to get out of this effort?
You can't get away from your favorite subject here, can
you? People ask me about it, and I don't have an easy answer for it. I always think I'm missing something here.
I think you're right. I think your sniffer
usually I'm missing something?
No. I think you're onto something. I think your sniffer is always really pretty good, Bob. If BlackRock all of a sudden has filed for a Bitcoin ETF that's not futures based, it's spot Bitcoin,
right.
Okay? And Gensler said, no way, that's not going to happen. But at the same time, they're bringing together some pretty good partners from a custody standpoint. They've got Bank of New York Mellon, they've got Coinbase,
right.
They've got an agreement, a surveillance agreement with NASDAQ to help with the security aspect of it. So they're trying to show the SEC that they're putting all the safety provisions in place to give them the confidence, to give them that acceptance of their application. I think the big thing we know is Gensler said, we're not going to do anything there unless we have the exchanges regulated, and Coinbase is not regulated.
But that's my question. Do you think this is going to change their mind? I can't without the clear regulatory authority, and they're not getting a bill through Congress. So now he's just resorted to essentially suing everybody. He's trying to regulate essentially by filing complaints.
Yeah.
I don't see how this changes.
If anybody can get it done, would you bet against BlackRock?
No.
They're the behemoth, right? They're the.
That's why I'm thinking. I still don't quite get. Yeah. I don't. How are they going to change his mind?
I mean, if they can partner with Coinbase and say, look, you agree to get regulated, what would that do to your business? Imagine institutional investments, just 1% allocation to Coinbase, and what that would mean. We're talking about a lot of money.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of people like you that are saying, is this finally the time? Is it going to happen?
We're going to follow this very carefully, folks, because, again, they're not going to waste their time.
Yeah.
Trust me, BlackRock isn't, if they don't think they have some chance of doing something here.
All right. So there you guys have it, right? Pretty interesting. And this just came out a couple of hours ago, right? And yes, this is pretty much the main reason, we aren't seeing a lot of FOMO right now. Okay, this is looking pretty bullish for Bitcoin. Okay, a lot of investors are in fact starting to FOMO into Bitcoin. That's why we are in fact seeing a lot of people are in fact starting to be greedy and whatnot. So I told you guys, right? Bitcoin will eventually recover from all this FUD and negative news. Okay, and also I found this clip on Twitter, and this is very, very interesting. And I was actually shocked when I watched this clip. So I want you guys to hear this clip. But pretty much the Fed chair agrees crypto has, is pretty much staying here forever, right? Has staying power, right? We know Bitcoin is pretty much not going anywhere. I'm pretty sure for all you guys that aren't in fact crypto investors, even traders, right? Or if you guys aren't in fact just in the crypto space and community, we all know crypto is not going to go anywhere. Bitcoin is obviously not going to go anywhere. Ethereum is not going to go anywhere, right? And overall, just cryptocurrency, right? It's not going to go anywhere. It's here to stay forever, right? So I want you guys to watch this clip as well. This is very interesting. I really want you guys to hear what Jerome Powell, has to say about this.
So when I think about some of the dynamics that are going on in the market related to banks, non-banks, securities, not securities, One agency in particular has been very activist in this place over at the SEC, and it's kind of tangentially related to the Fed. But crypto and digital assets in the U.S. has got a market cap of around $1.1 trillion right now. It's been there for a bit. Do you acknowledge that this asset class has staying power in the U.S. economy?
It appears to have some staying power. Of course, that
You guys heard it here. Jerome Powell himself says that crypto has some staying power, right? And he says it seems to, so he agrees, right?
it appears to have some staying power. Of course, that 1.1 trillion was, what was that a year ago? A lot higher.
Yeah, it's had some volatility in large measure due to the lack of legal clarity, and so hopefully this committee will help that quite a lot here this summer with at least two bills, one on stable coins and one on market structure, and it'll be clear not just for Congress but for regulators, including Chairman Gensler, and obviously market participants, whether they're forming the ideas or investing in the ideas or participating in the activities.
So there you guys have it. Pretty interesting, right? This clip is pretty interesting. Jerome Powell, okay, says himself, right, that crypto has some staying power. It really does, right? For the past, 13 years, because crypto has been around for over 13 years now, right? For all who don't know. So it's not very long, right? Compared to the stock market has been around for decades, right? Years and years and years. Right, very, very long. Whereas Bitcoin and crypto has only been around for over 13 years, and its market cap, right? The global crypto market cap for crypto is over 1 trillion. Remember, at one point, right in 2021, it was over 2 trillion, I believe. So just think about that, because obviously we know, 2002 to 2022, everything was dropping. You know what I mean? And we were in fact entering the next, bear market, right? And now it's back at 1 trillion. But remember, in our last bull market back in 2021, the global crypto market cap for crypto was at over 2 trillion. Okay, so this asset class is here to stay forever, guys. It's not going anywhere. Okay, and that's what I really want you guys to understand, and why I'm very bullish with Bitcoin and crypto. Okay, because I'm here for long term. I've been telling you that many times. If you guys watch my videos, then you guys would know that already, right? But also, what I found very funny, speaking about Jerome Powell. This just came out, okay, and this is the reason I tell you guys, okay, when you're investing into cryptocurrency, right? If you want to invest into crypto, please do not invest into these different, random crypto coins, these tokens. Someone created this. Literally just came out I don't know, literally today or a couple of days ago, right? Someone literally just created a crypto coin called Jerome Powell, and right now today, as I'm filming this, okay, as I'm streaming right now, it's up over 100%, 104%. Mind you, this literally just came out. I don't know what it is, but it's crazy, how much a crypto token that literally some random person just created, and it's pumping over 100% right now. In my opinion, this is clearly a rug pull. This is going to absolutely crash. This literally just came out yesterday, I believe. Literally just yesterday, and it's already up over 100%. It's funny to me, you know what I mean? This is why I always tell you guys, when you're investing into crypto, please do not, go heavy, right, on random crypto tokens. Right, that people just randomly, created. You know what I mean? That's why, guys, when I'm investing into crypto, I mainly just stick with the basics, which is Bitcoin and Ethereum. Right, I told you guys many times that I am, in fact, a long-term investor. So I'm here for long-term, and I know Bitcoin has store of value. Same with Ethereum, right? So it's just crazy that someone literally made a crypto token called Jerome Powell, and it's actually performing pretty well today. It's actually crazy. Up 100%, right? And I told you guys many times, right? If you see any crypto token pumping over 100% in a day, don't FOMO in, please. Don't chase that green candle, because most likely it's going to be a rug pull, and of course, it's going to eventually crash back down, right? Eventually, I wouldn't be surprised, if this crypto token, right, has pumped over 100% and it's going to drop in the next few hours or tomorrow or even the next few days. It wouldn't take long for it to, massively drop down. Pepe, we actually saw it pumping yesterday. It's still holding up very well today, actually. It's actually up pretty much 4.8%, almost 5%. But you guys can clearly see, yeah, it's pumping, right? Clearly. So it's looking pretty good for Pepe. I told you guys yesterday, right? In yesterday's stream, I thought Pepe lost its steam. And we would never see Pepe, pump over 50%. But yesterday was pumping. It really was. Great to see for Pepe. So if you guys hold Pepe, let me know, okay? Because personally, I bought into Pepe and I got out, right? I took my profits and that's it. When I'm investing into, when I'm buying into meme coins, guys, I mainly just trade it. I don't hold it for long term, right? And I don't think you guys should hold it for long term. I think you guys should simply just get in early, okay? If you make any type of profit, just get out. That's it, because eventually it will drop, right? It's high risk, high reward, okay? And that's why a lot of people out there that get into meme coins at an early stage, okay, and then the FOMO comes in, everyone's talking about it on social media. That is when they make their money and they get out. Very, very simple, right? When all the hype is happening, everyone's greedy, everyone's buying, chasing that green candle. That's when the early investors and buyers get out and take their profits, and that's how they make money, right? Very, very simple. But it's just funny to me how someone literally created this token literally just yesterday, and now it's up over 100%. Crazy. And you guys can clearly see the entire cryptocurrency market, or the tokens, sorry, there's over almost 26,000 different crypto tokens in the market. Crazy, right? So there's a lot of different tokens out there, but just stick with the basics, guys, right? That's just my personal opinion. Bitcoin and Ethereum, very, very simple, okay? But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. So yes, Bitcoin is now at $30,000, and I really do believe Bitcoin can go to $35,000 very, very soon and beyond, right? So Bitcoin is still holding up very well, currently at $30.1 thousand. So that's great to see as always. And I think this rally will in fact continue up to the upside. So obviously I will in fact keep you guys updated on that. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. If you guys haven't seen my most previous videos that I uploaded today, you should definitely check them out. It's pretty interesting. I talk about Bitcoin, and also I made a video today on Ethereum. Right, it's been quite some time since I made a video on Ethereum. So if you guys haven't seen that video, you should definitely check it out. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. Thank you guys so much for joining. Like and subscribe. Let's get to 3,000 subscribers. I would really, really, really appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys all in my next video. Have a blessed day, guys.